Welcome back to Einstein Games. In this video, we're diving deep into Witchbrook, comparing the Nintendo Direct reveal with the official developer's video from Chucklefish and Robotality. Join me as we analyze every frame to spot the differences and uncover hidden details. I will first begin by showing both trailers off. First will be the Nintendo Direct, followed by the developer's trailer. I will put a timestamp in the description for you to skip to the analysis if you so choose to. So to give you context, the video on the left will be the developer trailer and the one on the right is the Nintendo trailer. Since the developer trailer is longer, I did not clip it. I did, however, clip the Nintendo one and matched it up to the best of my ability to showcase the similarities and differences between both trailers. As you can see, in the beginning of both trailers, both characters are coming into the town, but in different ways. In the developer trailer, you can see the character running into town, as in the Nintendo trailer, they are flying into town. Another thing you can note right off the bat is the different flora here. There are different flowers. The coloring does seem to be the same, but the biggest difference is the different flowers. Now, could this be different seasons? For example, this is spring and this is summer, and showcasing both of those? Maybe. And if we move forward a little more, another cool thing that I found here was that the broom is left here just hanging around, floating, kind of parked. And the cool thing about it too is that it actually floats up and down as it just sits there, and it bobs, showcasing the levitation of it. They have a lion and a deer representing the school here, and then they have a witch there for the statues. Did they have one on this side? So they have one here with hands close to their chest, and the other one is open hands. Don't really know if that means anything, but something that I noticed. The sigil is the same for the entrance of the school, but this is a circle and this is a square here. I don't really know if that means a lot, but again, something I caught. Now, one thing that kind of threw me off is that these entrances look similar, but ultimately are different. And I don't know how big this school is going to be, but if this is the same exact school, are they showing a before and after? Or is this the school just so big that they have multiple entrances? Something that would be pretty cool to know. And as you see, once you get inside of the actual school, there is a significant difference in the interior. So again, these could just be different parts of the school and you just come in at different points, or there are actual updates that weren't included. I'm going to go with the former, as in they're both different parts of the same school and they're just showcasing multiple things here. So again, you have two statues here in the Nintendo Direct one. You have what could be a tailor over here, maybe for your uniform. Two staircases leading you somewhere, a nice chandelier. And in the developer trailer, it looks like you're at the library, I would assume. All these books, a little lobby area in the entrance, some nice flora decoration, some around the owl. This may be the same season now because we can see the similar flowers here and here, but can't really tell without actually playing the game. In the next scene here, the developer trailer switches over to a little fountain area, like a little rest area. And here, an interesting thing that I saw was the statues up here in the top left looks like a male wizard or witch, and then 2 or 3 female witches here, and an owl in the middle. Now, there are some different looking sigils or crystals here for the glass. I don't know if it means anything. This one's holding a sword. This one's holding what looks like to be the moon right here, a staff, and then an orb is what I'm thinking with these different ones. So does this play into the main story of this game? Does it mean anything, or is it just decoration? Not really sure, but it would be pretty cool to have like some sort of main story that these play into, or maybe the different types of magic or skills that you can learn in the game. Would be pretty interesting to see more of that and actually expand on. The fountain looks nice, the coloring, the visuals. Honestly, this all looks very beautiful, very inviting. I don't know how I feel about the actual uniforms. A little plain with the grayish black and a different stripe. You can see how some of them are bent, kind of, I would assume, a little nod over to the Wicked Witch, and then some that are just regular, again, kind of like old school witches. The robes are all black as well, but as you can see, you can style each character differently, as well as over here. Here you can see you're in a moped, and then they have different fish and seafood around the sidewalks here. This is a port city, so it would make sense that there is a port where you can probably fish. They don't show that in any of the trailers. You're probably gonna have fishing, crafting, farming, but we don't know those details. Let me know what you would like to see here that Stardew Valley has, or even more interesting, something that Stardew Valley doesn't have that you would like to see here. But here, as we go across the city, so both Nintendo and the developer showed very different scenes for this. So I'll try to mash it up as best I could and give you different perspectives of the city. The city is called Mossport, by the way. So here we can see a broom store where you can buy your brooms. Here again, a little sidewalk, some stores right here. Can't really tell me. This is a cafe. I wonder if we're gonna be able to go to all of these, or they're just gonna be some fronts for your side business of selling drugs. This looks like a little restaurant maybe, because there's a little table over here. I love how they have a little parking area for your brooms, and you can see that there are different broom styles. And in one of the videos you're gonna see, you can actually put some sort of like accessory on your broom, but you can walk, you can fly, and you can use a moped or scooter, however you call it. But I assume that these are different fish you can catch. So yeah, I just noticed that this, I think, might be the entrance where you actually fly in. Yeah, and this could be the actual entrance before the school. For lack of a better term, this could be like the Diagon Alley that's in Harry Potter, where you can buy your books, your brooms, and all your school supplies prior to going to school. Instead of being its own separate place in a different city, it's all just part of this one city. Here's another part of the city. And if you notice on the floor, this might be separated by sections. So this floor and this flooring over here, this might be the main downtown area. And here, this must be part of the school area, since they all have the same floor. I wonder if each NPC is going to have its own unique conversation text that you can have, and how in-depth that's going to be, or if it's just going to be superficial for it. A little door, there's a secret door. Can we go in here? Can we go in the water? Don't know that. A little cafe or apartment that has a 1. Here you can see it transitioned over to little scene where you're meeting up. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. How did you know? Again, we're assuming they're gonna have some sort of romance, some sort of friendship that you can do here. They live in an apartment or a flat on top of a clothing store. Don't know if this is yours. I'm assuming this is the NPC and this is your character. But we'll go more into depth here in a little bit once this developer trailer catches up to that. Poster area we're gonna go over as well. Here, again, just trying to transition these as best I can to match them up. But here's both of the same exact scene, but with different text and different interaction. So here you can see that this guy has an accessory on it. This one has like a bandana, a ribbon, different colors. This one looks dark. This one made a face because they're in broom class and they have a plant instead of their brooms. The spirit in the broom will deliver it to your side. So does this give context that we're in France? This is taking place in France. The fireplace kind of gives me the flue powder vibes of transportation, but with an octopus. Kind of reminds me of the octopus guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't remember his name. Blackbeard? No, not Blackbeard. Davy Jones? I think it was Davy Jones. But anywho, so again, I love this little detail of having your brooms just sitting outside, floating in the parking area. Very nice decor all over, making you feel like you're in school. Here looks like you're in the potions class with the different mess, potions from the wall. Again, just showcasing the different areas, you as a main character, the rest of the class. And we don't really know how the class system is going to work yet. If you have a tight schedule you have to meet, if you can go about jumping in and out of each class as you please, and how, deep are these classes going to be? Are they going to require you to do certain things to pass it? Because one of the things that they do mention is going to be some sort of after college life and events that are going to happen, which we don't know yet. And I'm hoping they have a pretty good story of, let's say, about a year of college, and then you have the end game content, whatever that's going to be. Here we have a telescope on the right, but here, this is the only time I saw this scene. So I really want to go in depth here, which looks like maybe the main relaxing area of the school. You can see you as a main character putting flames. You can start the fireplace, stop it yourself. It'd be pretty cool if this is a secret door right here. Okay, I was a little confused of this staircase and this floor here. I'm like, how does this connect? So you're underneath this staircase, and then this is the upper floor. So you can see that there's multiple floors to the building, but they do show this telescope area from both perspectives. Again, the outside, the flora looks different. If you look here, you have yellow flowers here and no more flowers along the edge. This one has different flowers all along the edge. Because this wouldn't be in the fall area, because These are yellow out here, but these are pink in the longest. I wonder if they're showing us different seasons, but again, I don't understand why they had two different trailers go out. One of the classes they do highlight on both of them is the ritual class. So does astrology have much to play into this? It seems like it. Again, a lot of focus on moons, stars, and sun. Rituals with stars. Astrology, the windows have moons and stars. So the statues that we saw at the beginning also have moons and stars. So a lot of interesting little concepts around that. And I wonder what that plays into the main story of the game. But this is the only time in both trailers that they do show the winter area on the outside. They do not go anywhere near this season at all in the rest of the trailer. So this is the only time you're going to see actual snow in either trailer. But they're exactly the same on both of these. Yeah, the brooms. I keep thinking of the word bike, your bike, but no, it's your broom. The brooms are different here. I'll let the rituals play out real quick. See how when they disappear, you get this orb. And if you remember at the beginning, there was a first statue, top left corner of this developer video, where they do have the statue holding an orb. But then we transition over to the actual moped for both areas. So we already saw the Nintendo one. So focusing over here, you can see you're driving in a different area of the city here. You have some normal bikes here. Don't know if we'll be able to use that. Fortunes Untold here. You can get your hair cut here. Flowers, pedestrians, civilians. They look like they have an ice cream where you can buy TVs and some other decorative stuff. Here we have this crazy driver doesn't pay attention to me coming by. Had to dodge that one. I thought I was playing Witchbrook, not GTA 6 already, but who knows these days. Apartment 1. Then it switches over to a bookstore here. Here I don't know if this is your character talking to somebody, if you're in therapy class because somebody bullied you. I'm not sure what's going on in this scene, but very interesting how they do focus on this scene right here. Then here is the poster board where you come and get daily missions. You're a college student, you're broke as fuck, and you need to make money to pay for college. How do you do that? You come earn some money. So barking up the art tree. I'm looking for a witch to help me with a star reading. Please visit me for more info. Alexis at 3 Bookwood Way. So I can't read the names of these signs. So I'm assuming they're going to show you how to read the streets or how to figure it out. Because I did see the numbers on the places, but don't really know how to read the signs yet. And here you are doing an actual mission on the left. So you're making 500 gold and then you're getting 20 of something. Is it knowledge? Is it towards school? Not really sure how this plays out yet. There are different missions you can do. A spoonful of sadness. So depending on what you want to do, maybe you only have 2 in-game hours before class and you can only do certain missions, or you can do most missions. Again, not really sure how any of this is going to be played out, but it's a very interesting concept. And you can discard this one. So does purple mean active and green means ready to go? Or is this one like the, special mission of the week or something like that? I wonder what the different colors, divination for purple and green has to do with some sort of herbs or the flora. I don't know. So here you are doing the mission. You're delivering the box to this floral shop. And here you are knocking. Obviously, it's not the same mission because this one's at 2 and the other one said at 3. So they're clipping for their missions and stuff. And Nintendo, it's a little weird, but again, at least they're showcasing something. And I do like the different areas of levels for the different missions and the different verticality of the game overall. Here it seems like you'll be able to go out here into the floral, probably buy some decorative plants and whatnot. So here it looks like you can get some donuts, some fruits, some coffee. Cool. This is probably gonna be my area right here between Dobros and coffee. But here you are getting your mission. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna have I don't think they're really gonna have a starvation meter of you have to feed your character every so often. But I wonder how that would play out if they actually did. But pretty cool how they do have you eating the donut. Here again, one of the only scenes where we see like the interior of what I'm gonna assume is the school, at least a different portion of it. I wonder what class this would be. Magic here would be my best guess. Some sort of spell class. So I'm assuming you're learning some sort of magic here. This is magic class, whatever magic class that really means, but I feel like that's what you're doing here. And then here, I do like how they transitioned over from spring or summer to fall, and they added some pumpkins, the orange, flowers, and trees to the season. And then you come here, and here's like, I'm assuming again, one of those daily missions of like, oh my God, the fountain at the park is spilling water everywhere. You come, you get your magic wand out, and you repair it. Done. And then you go around your day. Here again, this is what I assume is summer. And here you can shop at these local stores, at the market. But one thing that I will point out later is that you can actually have your own stand. You see here, off to the right, the empty one, that's going to be yours. There's going to be one that you can take over and sell your own craftable items that you can craft in the game. What items can you craft? We don't know yet, but I did see a scene where you can craft and you can make your own items and then sell them. Again, this little downtown area, very colorful, very beautiful. You're meeting with some friends. Yeah, some cats. I wonder if they'll have dogs, and I hope you can have a pet. Actually, that's one of the things that I really do look forward to, is having a pet or some sort of familiar with you. Just have around. But it's very European, very, very inviting. Oh, so this is your character right here, and these are the things you're selling, and you can see you have some sort of candles, maybe some different jellies, maybe some jellies here, and some other items that I can't tell, but pretty cool. Again, I like the vibe of it. I like how there are so many people. One thing that I did run into the issue with Stardew Valley, it did feel empty at times because of the limited amount of people. But is the amount of people here, the NPCs in this game, are they going to have enough, text, enough conversation to make it feel alive? Or is it just going to feel empty because they just repeat the same words over and over? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Would you rather have, a limited amount of NPCs, but with really meaningful conversations, or this vibrant city, but may end up being a little dud, a little sad, just because the conversations are pretty poor? But then we transition to flying. This is a multiple player game, so you can play this solo or with friends and family. And Nintendo tells you, in order to play this game with friends, you got to buy their online membership. But it's pretty cool how they fly over. I'll go over both scenes here, but you fly over water, fly over buildings, see the different flora here, fish and chips on this side. So you do get to fly. We did see this entrance earlier. And then again, you get to fly over the city. And it does look like the map is going to be pretty wide, because you do leave the city and fly out into the outdoors. It looks like you're using magic to do something. Are you using magic to fish? Pretty cool, unique way to fish in a magical world instead of the typical fishing pole. How is that going to play out? How do you fish? Do you have to hit the button at the right time? Do you just gotta cast the spell in the right sequence? We don't know any of that yet, but it would be pretty cool that it'll make you do like a sequence of, let's say, 5 keystrokes, and if you get it right, perfect. If you don't get it right, you have to keep trying. And for legendary fish, you have to do a 12 sequence or something like that. Something that makes you achieve it, and it makes you achieve it and feel rewarded by it. Here again, you're using magic to pick up these knocked over lemons or potatoes from the grocery store, which is pretty cool. Again, just a little different area. Here's a donut area we came out of earlier. Floral section here. Again, very beautiful. Makes me want to play this game. And here's the same scene, but this is one of the things that I noticed, is that the Nintendo Direct one had actual text and this one didn't. You're also a different character in this one, but let's assume that this is the way you'll be able to customize your place. One of the cool things that can add a little more personality is little things like this, where you can have your clothes flying out of the wardrobe, give it a little personality of like, this week I felt messy, so I want to mess up my place and add a little mess to it, or everything's pink and stuff like that. So here again, one of the only times they show this scene, I'm assuming this is part of the bigger story. You're hatching a dragon. This guy does look like he would be the dragon tamer, to be honest. Your character, a little baby dragon. That's cool. I look forward to that. Is this a dragon you can have? Is this a dragon that is part of the main story? Don't know. Looking forward to it. And he has the wand or a staff. That could be a staff. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Wand or staff? What would you prefer if you had the choice? Personally, I would like a staff. It's what I'm going to assume is your cottage, your area, your house, your own personal place. Here you can see you're walking. Now you're sitting here, and then you can actually move things around. Again, just a little showcase. You have a little living area, your kitchen, and then your bedroom upstairs. A lot bigger than I expected it to be. Now, I wonder, do you get the whole thing right off the bat? Or are these just additional rooms you get little by little? Would you want to have the whole house right off the bat that's pretty empty? Again, assuming it's empty, or just a house that's somewhat furnished with random items, and then you just add your own little flair to it as you go. I mean, personally, I would like having things right off the bat. I don't want an empty house, and then I can just move things around as I want to move it around. It would be very nice to have the whole house right off the bat, but I don't mind if you have to, purchase it or build up little by little either. Here's a little moped on the outside and what looks to be a little workbench here. Maybe, as I said, maybe this is how you build your items or how you actually build your house. You have a little pond next to you as well. And what I'm assuming is your mailbox right here. Now I wonder if you're going to be able to have a garden. That's one thing that I didn't notice. And then here you actually have what I'm assuming is 2 bars, maybe an experience bar, mana bar, or maybe health bar and a mana bar, starvation bar maybe. So here we can see how Millie is further apart and closer together from both trailers. But for the most part, it looks to be similar. There are some different NPCs here. I do like the little market that they have here. Again, I'm assuming based on what it looks like from the other market we saw in town, this is going to be our stand. The Dobros are here. And then here again, we switch into the library. Again, let's see, potions, herbology, fortune telling, healing, or some sort of health, crafting. This looks like a mushroom. Can't really, if you already have herbology, I don't know what else you can do. Poisons, magic, and astrology. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe 8 different courses we're going to be able to take throughout the year. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then again, just flying over the same area. You can play this solo or play this with friends. Obviously, I don't have friends, so I'll be playing solo. But that's it for now. That's a breakdown. Let me know if you want to go into detail. Let me know how you like this video, if you like the deep dives. But yeah, look forward to this game in holiday of 2025. Perfect game to play during the winter holidays. Be home. Appreciate it, everybody. Hope you have a great day.